What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another episode of Floppy Drop. As always, I am here with my main man, Dolan. What's up?
Hey,
Drew
uh,
slash Dolan slash Heavy D slash all the names you have.
hey, uh, yeah, I'm doing well. It's been a busy week. It's been a pretty crazy week. Just got great news earlier this evening that the books for Unholy Nightmare are starting to go out to the backers. People are
Yeah.
starting to get their books. People are reaching out to Aaron. They're like, "Hey, I got Unholy Nightmare." It's like, yes, yes, they are getting out, and more are going to be shipped out tomorrow. So yes, be on the lookout in the mail for your books, for your orders.
Yeah. Yeah. You sent me that text earlier, the picture someone sent of them getting in. I was like, oh heck yeah. So that is exciting. I think too with me, it's just like I'm always on. I think with you and your campaigns, like we're wrapping, or like you'll be wrapping up a campaign, and that's where my mind is at. So then I'll see books landing, but it's another book. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh,
So
but even greater news, great news, fantastic news. Cubs just beat the Padres, so Cubs are onto the NLDS. So yeah, go Cubs, go! Wait, fly that W.
yay, sports ball. Actually, I will say baseball is the one thing I don't really follow. So, I mean, like I don't know. I'm weird. If you say, hey, let's sit down and watch a baseball game on TV, I'm like, oh, for me, I find it boring. I know that's sacrilegious to say.
Well,
'Cause
yeah, no, it
they're
can be
fast.
like if you ask me, a lot of times when I normally watch is during the playoffs. That's when I'm watching the Cubs play.
Nice.
But one thing that has helped is the pitching clock. Is that they've really
Oh,
made the game speed up. I think they've cut out like half an hour or more
oh,
of a
okay.
baseball game because of the pitching clock. So yeah.
Nice. I will say that I do love going to live games, though. I just
Oh
you
yeah.
can feel the energy. So
Oh,
and
going to Wrigley, going to a night game at Wrigley. There is nothing like it. It is amazing.
I haven't been to Wrigley, but
Oh, you're missing out.
I went to go see the Doyers. Yeah, hey
Oh,
man, go Doyers.
good
Uh,
Doyers. Yeah.
yeah, hey man, you got to get a
Nickel beer
Doyer
night,
dog.
Holmes. Yeah. Get a Doyer
um,
dog.
yeah, I've been to plenty of Dodgers games and they were fun, and Rangers games clearly because Texas. But yeah, that's pretty much my I guess tenure in live baseball. But no, congrats on them. That's exciting. And then heck yeah, and then good stuff with the comics landing. And then
Yeah.
do you have a campaign starting soon? Do we know?
No,
Okay.
no,
Um,
no. But
and then
New York next week. Yeah,
yep,
that's the yeah.
that's what I was about to say. New York next week is going to be awesome sauce, and you got a lot of stuff set up or planned for that too. So
Yeah, so it's good. Yeah, we got Depths of Valor, the Golem, and Silent Knights, and the reception of all of them. People are loving what they see. So, and some stores have already saying, "Hey, can I get some? Can I get some?" I'm like, "Hey, that's not my call. I'll see if Steve will let you have some." So,
nice,
yeah,
good problem to have.
yes, it is. Yeah.
Well, for those of you that might be tuning in for the first time, for Floppy Drop, what we do is we cover this week's releases. Although Drew and I were just talking that we're both the biggest losers, because I think if there's one book that we were both looking forward to that we both just blanked on reading, it was the return of Rook. So unfortunately, we will not be talking about Rook tonight. And I told him, I was like,
We read everything else. We did. It's just
pretty
like we're
much.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. And
Yes. And then we were back here, and I was like getting stuff ready, and I was talking about the pup who is. Oh, it looks like he's deciding to take a nap now. He's been like an agent of chaos for the past hour. But I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something because I was pulling the stuff together, and then William came in and he put from yesterday's releases. I've read Rook Exodus, and we both went, "Oh my god!" Here's the thing: when we tend to read these things, it's like I do this. I'm guilty of this. There's usually a book that I feel confident will be a good book that I try to just save for the very end as like a oh thank God in case it's a bad week. And yeah, I think with work and the puppy and life, and I'm just like trying to keep up with everything, and everything's a blur right now. So completely missed it, but I'll provide a follow up. We might discuss it next week or something, but we'll get to it because it's too good not to get to. Before we get to tonight's books, though, because there are some pretty big debuts that came out this week, I guess, or should be big, might be big. We'll see if they landed or not. But before we get to this week's releases, let's go to the chat real quick and say hello. So as always, we have Cajun Corey in the house with evening. Good evening, sir. Nice to see you. As we mentioned, we also have William. And then William did say that he read Rook Exodus, Rockefellers, Batman, and Absolute Superman. So William, you'll have to let us know, was Rook Exodus worth the wait? And I'm also a little behind on Rockefeller, so I've got to catch up with that. But I did do so. I will say I did some catching up with Superman to read another book this week, which I was glad I did. We do have Kaiser Jose in the house with Sup Boys. Let's go. Oh no. We're not this. There is no Rockin' Joshy. This is not Robbie 2.0 over here.
Yeah, we're not pointing and nuanced here. All right. Yeah. We keep it real.
I'm not gonna spend 2.5 minutes talking about how bad a book was to then go, yeah, it was fine. I liked it. You should get it. Yeah, which he did reveal in a video recently that he does the ordering for his comic shop, and I'm like, oh, that explains it. Like,
explains a great many things.
Oh yes. So, so don't listen to whether he says a book is good or not. Listen to everything else he says about it, and I'm sure 40% of it might actually make sense. We do have Zeke in the house. What's up, Zeke? Nice to see you. What's up, everyone? What's up, sir? Let me scroll through real quick. Kaiser, man, you're way behind. I haven't read anything in the last 3 weeks. I'm slacking. Yeah, come on, man. We've had some good books in the past couple of weeks too, so let's get caught up. And Ezekiel put Rockefellers is picking up. Good to hear. I still haven't picked up the issue this month, but I've been enjoying the new arc. Nice. Cajun, but Josh doesn't like baseball because he's gay. Excuse me, sir. By that logic, I should like baseball. A bunch of guys swinging around. Never mind.
Swinging that wood.
Yeah, come on. Kaiser put Cubs. Ooh, White Sox Nation. By the way, what are the playoffs?
Jesus. Yeah, you want to talk about a franchise, a stadium that's just like in the dumps right now. It is the White Sox. It's just R.I.P.D.
R.I.P.D. Looks like Cajun's a Red Sox fan. He said my Reds got eliminated last night. Not surprised since it was the Dodgers, and we're not getting enough to advance yet. Oh man, I feel like the Dodgers and the Astros go like every year.
Well, the Astros are good at stealing signs, so yeah.
Fair. Zeke said he also has Speed Racer and Rook here to read. Have you read Speed Racer at all, Drew?
I have. I've read Speed Racer. It's okay. It's David Bose. He's writing it too.
Okay. Yep.
And it's fine. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just fine. It's not really giving me what I want. And here's a little fun fact, a little segue. So we have an Alamo Draft House here in Indianapolis, and apparently every different one is themed in different cities. So the one here in Indy is a race car themed. So if you walk in the bathrooms, the men's restroom or whatever, all around the walls they have plastered the OG Speed Racer comic strips up on the walls. So I'm reading those. I'm taking a piss. I'm reading these, and I'm like, these are pretty damn awesome. And I'm like, I'm actually enjoying this more than the current series. It's just there's something much more kinetic and fun about it. David Papose's his really isn't fun, and that's the problem I have with it.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna do Speed Racer, it needs to be fun. So yeah, it's interesting how like hit or miss Pepose is.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a Racer X series too. You know who's doing that?
Pepos?
No, the greatest comic book humorist in the history of mankind, Mark Russell.
The moment you said greatest, I knew you were gonna say Mark Russell. Oh man. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of everything Pepos is doing. He's got Space Ghost, which I'm loving. And then
Yep.
he had Captain Planet, which I was like,
Yeah.
and I feel like there was something. Oh no, I was thinking he did the.
He did Boomhauer Punisher.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know that. Please don't remind me. Hey man, I'm gonna go punish some people, man. I'm gonna
Go pew 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 pew.
yeah,
It's
pew pew
real
pew pew
easy,
pew
man.
pew. Yeah, man. Hey man, give me a beer, man. You know what? If he had actually written him like that, I might have enjoyed that book. So, anyways, moving on. Zeke did say that his Astros fell apart at the end of the season. Well, sorry, wasn't there here. And then Kaiser is excited that he's not going to get spoilers for Rook. So yeah, it's because we suck, Kaiser. You know, you're welcome. We did this for you, Kaiser. We've spoiled so many books for you recently that we knew this was important to you, so we decided, you know what, we're gonna give this a little time. We have Eric Breen in the house. Don't worry,
Breen.
Cajun. Yeah, Breen. This man is like an encyclopedia of comics. But he said they've got Andrew Abbott fully rested for Game 3. I don't know who Andrew Abbott plays for. So. What was that?
Hey, Abbott.
And Zeke is going to be reading Rook tonight. It's interesting because we've had conversations at my comic shop with people discussing the Ghost Machine books and how, our favorites have like shifted. Because I remember when I started off reading, Geiger started off, way before everything else, and it was a solid book. And then Rook started, and I was like, oh no, this is the book. And then you kind of had a shift where Redcoat kind of became my favorite, and now I'm like really in love with Hyde Street. They're all just.
I told you. I think that is really by design. I think that is intentional.
Oh, agreed. But it's also just the way they're pacing the books well. They're kind of spacing the books out, so they're hitting high points at different times. And I think it's good because it should get people talking about them, but hopefully more people start reading them because it's not getting they're not getting the love they deserve. Let's see what else we have here. Something about Ron Howard lookalike contest. I'm maybe that's Abbott. I don't see. Not a baseball person, guys. It's a lot of baseball chat. And I'm clueless. Kaiser wants you to know that Mark Russell is on his top 3 writers to avoid list. So, do you support that notion, Drewski?
That's he's right up there, as well as Christopher Can't Write Well, Tom King. Yeah. I have a little Mount Rushmore, and they're right up there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things because it's like I have the 3 to avoid, but for different reasons. Mm-hmm. So if you're telling me like Leah Williams, like that's a definite avoid. What's her name that did the Robin book? That like they're all avoid for different reasons because nothing is going to make sense and nothing's going to be good. And then you have like the Mark Russells and Megan Fitzmartin, yes. Mm-hmm. Then you have the Mark Russells and the Tom Kings, and I'm like, nope, avoid because they're just going to make me mad. So Drew, Zeke said Jonathan Lau is going to be on another book coming out soon. Peter Cannon Thunderbolt.
Oh yeah, Peter Cannon. For Dynamite. Another.
Okay.
So I guess he's just that good and that quick that he's working on another book. So him, Dan Mora, working on 2 books. I'll take it. That's awesome. Well, Dan Mora's working on more than 2 books. He's working like on 3 or 4.
That dude like just churns stuff out. I don't know how he.
Hey, well, look. Here's the thing. I mean, people will if people remember before the 90s and 80s, there were artists who were doing multiple books and interiors and covers at once. Neil Adams was one such guy doing interiors and covers. So it's not a foreign concept. It's just that now in this day and age, it's very rare. It was much more common back in the day.
Agreed. Just a little note on Rook. So William put Rook Exodus #7 is essentially a bridge issue from what's come before in issue 8. I mean, that makes sense because we had I don't know how many months of a hiatus after leaving off with issue 6, and I kind of figured that's what they were going to do. And Zeke said Rook's been his favorite. Like I love the look of Rook, and I think Rook has a lot of potential. I think I they should just make action figures for sure. But we'll see. We'll see if they can get to the depths that I wanted to get to. And yeah, Hyde Street's been great. Rockefellers is climbing. And then Zeke put Val's reading Geiger and Halo and Hornsby. I read an issue of Halo and Hornsby, and I was like, eh. So
I
I'm trade.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trade waiting it to get the full thing. And I think the trade came out, but
and we also got
um,
First Ghost or whatever coming out.
yeah, that's the Brad. Is that the Brad Meltzer?
Yes, finally after 2
Yeah,
years.
I'm pretty excited for that. So yeah, definitely good stuff on the Ghost Machine train. And sorry, we're losers and will not be covering Rook in detail. I know you can downvote. Actually, wait till the stream's over and then go comment that we suck and we're losers. Just comment whatever. I'll take the comments. It helps with the algorithm. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into these books for tonight. And I think if we were to say like the biggest book, well, I don't want to say the biggest book. Maybe I don't even want to say the most anticipated. The book that the people are probably like, let's see what this is gonna be, would be X-Men: Age of Revelation. Would you agree with that, Drew?
Yeah, that's fair. It's the big event. It's the one, Marvel's big event coming up. And outside of the Doom one that's still going on, which no one cares about anymore.
Oh, I see, dude. I forgot that's still even happening.
Only reason why I know it's still going on is because I read the Red Hulk issue this week, and I'm like, oh, that Doom series is still going on. I completely forgot about that. And I think so did Marvel outside of this book.
I sometimes I think people at Marvel are like, yeah, let's try to see if we can not draw attention to this. Man, Marvel West put out that video that Marvel 2025 is worse than Marvel 2018. I'm like, you know what?
That's fair.
It is fair, and dear God, that is so sad that it's come to this. And the only thing I can think that I've really enjoyed from Marvel is Daredevil, the Cold Day in Hell or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Anyways, X-Men Age of Revelation. I'm really curious to get your thoughts on this because I had zero expectations coming into this. I thought it was a terrible idea. I have not been liking X-Men. The X books have been, I mean, if I say the X-Men books have been awful, I'm being nice. So I thought this was going to be, another toilet paper stain getting flushed down. And strangely enough, it was one of the better X-Men things that I've read. Not saying it's great.
Yeah. But saying it's better, it's like it's comparing a pile of shit that has a lot of nuggets of corn in it to another one that has fewer nuggets of corn in it. That's the big difference. Here, it's like, look, the art in this is beautiful. Yeah, the art in this is really damn good. Solid. It's amazing. Toast orbs. But it's not that exciting. The characters in this were really, because it takes place 10 years in the future or X years in the future. Yep. And we're trying to figure out who some of these characters are. I'm just like, who the fuck are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
Who the hell? Why should I care about you? And so we got that going on, and just it's not that exciting. And you have Scott playing catch up with everything, and how he reacts to everything going on is shocking. And there's another character who's also been time displaced, and another one ridden out of character.
Yeah.
This is just weird. It's just I wasn't I don't know what to make of it, and I'm still scratching my head. I'm really still scratching my head after reading this.
We're speaking high level. We'll go in detail in a little bit here in a second. But I will say, you kind of hit the nail on the head with the Scott thing, because like Scott's getting caught up to everything, so he's kind of like our guide through the story because we're jumping ahead. Is this X years? Is it 10 years? Like whatever the heck, I don't care anymore. It's the X office being the X office. But what I will say is a lot of this book, because there's no setup in any of the X books leading up to this, like really at all. I mean, except for the kind of stuff that we've gotten just teasing that this might come, but no actual narrative setup has occurred in any of the X books. So this issue has to do a lot of groundwork of just giving exposition, and a lot of that is coming through with Magneto kind of telling Scott like, "Oh, this is this. Oh, this is this. Oh, we have this person. Oh, we're doing this. This is what the world is like now." And that stuff for me, I did not like because it just felt boring and slow. But I will say it seems like there's actually a potentially interesting story here, which is far better than I haven't been able to say the X books have been interesting, much less good. So I'll take that as a slight nod.
So I was going back and looking back through Age of Apocalypse,
Yeah,
and a lot of the kickoff issues of that, the initial issues, and I was just loving just how action packed everything was,
yeah,
and kinetic everything was, and even though we had characters that looked familiar, but we knew who the characters were, but they looked different at the same
right.
time, but we still knew who they were. Here, I'm like, who the fuck are you? And
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, you have
That is
this
the
this
completely wrong approach to kick off your event.
Oh, agreed. I feel like you should have started with a little bit more, well, not even a little bit more of a bang. Because even this opening scene, like the only character that I think would be recognizable for general audiences would be Psylocke.
And
Uh,
even so, initially, I didn't know that was her until someone said her name.
yeah, agreed. Because it doesn't look like, you can't tell it's her, and I
No,
think
she's
that's part
been
of the problem with this too.
desexified, and I have no clue who she is.
Desexified. Although I will say it's interesting because Psylocke is not necessarily a good guy here. So that is,
No.
this was when I realized. I mean, I know they said Quanon, whatever, however you pronounce the name. Uh, but
QAnon.
yeah, I think. Oh God, I think even most casual readers, if they aren't keeping up with the X-Men books, would know. Okay, this is Psylocke. So this is your first instance right here. That, oh God, this is Psylocke. And I will say this is a decent start, but I don't care anything about Topaz or really know much about Topaz. So the fact that this happens, I'm like, oh, okay. And then the fact that it's
I laughed my ass off when I saw this. I
did
mean,
too.
so I I would love to ask Jed McKay. Okay, are you expecting people to be shocked? Should I be laughing? Because I'm laughing,
Yeah.
considering it's him.
Yeah, no, I mean when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, I wonder if this is Scott and his blast looks different in this time period." That's literally where my mind went. And then when I saw, I can't think of his name. Is it Glob? This
Sure,
oh yeah. This guy from Grant
Goblin
Morrison's
vomit.
X-Men
I don't
run.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name. Apologies.
Goblin
But
vomit.
I was with you. I was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, unexpected, so cool, but I did laugh. And then kind of coming out of this is where we start getting a lot of the exposition. So Scott's being brought forward, and then he wakes up, and you've got Magneto and Forge, and they're kind of filling Scott in on what's going on, what's happening in the background. You've got Angel, Zorn, and I can't remember the other guy that's here with them. Oh,
The
Schwarzschild.
yeah,
Um,
other guy. He's
yeah,
literally
other
cutting
guy
other guy. Yeah, from
for sure.
Blank Man. The other guy.
Blank
Yeah,
Man, yeah, that guy. Out of
you other guy.
one of the many like new random mutants that's kind of popped in, popped out, popped in,
Yeah.
popped out. But yeah, so this whole thing is really just kind of exposition of what's going on, how we got here, who Revelation is.
And
The fact,
and the other thing is, we got all of this in the last X-Men issue. These pages were already in the last few pages of that last book. So it's
yeah,
like, all right, we already got this.
yeah. And then Scott's kind of saying what happened, and you've got Jen saying it was
And he's
us.
taking it rather well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
He's not shocked or anything. It's just like, oh, I'm in the future. Okay, mutants. All right. Like, I would be asking Scott, you're unusually calm right now.
yeah. I'd be like, the hell? How did I get in the future?
Yeah. What the fuck's going on with me in the future?
I did like this exchange where Jen says it was us, Scott, and he put mutants, and then what the hell did you do? Directed towards Magneto, and then Magneto's like, no, it was the X-Men. So that could be kind of like a, all right, cool. And then we get to see the stakes of how the world has changed. Um, but yeah, I mean, you're about to see just well, we're gonna
So
meet
it's
Revolution.
it's pretty much Krakoa. It's all intents and purposes, it's Krakoa on the United States.
Yeah, pretty much. And we get to see Revelation here, who looks vastly different than we've seen him before. And I don't know why they chose these pinkish purple leaves to have caressing his head. I mean, I get that he's picking fruit, but it was a weird, it was a weird choice to start this. But you got to blaming Psylocke because Topaz got killed, and he's going to force her to wear the X as the big scarlet A to show everyone her failure. You know,
shame.
Yeah, shame. Stop being you. Yeah, go get pregnant. Yeah, I mean, I guess he seems menacing here. Sure, why not? TBD. We'll see. And then we get to see Bay the Blood Moon, who is Revelation's wife. So I thought this part was kind of interesting. Like for me, I thought this was kind of more of the exciting parts of the book to a degree.
Yes, I would say like, oh my god, I'm there's a little bit of excitement here. It's a little bit of action. My god.
So this is here kind of saying like, hey, FYI, Bay. And then you'll get some stuff later, which is some action. But before that, we've got to have all this exposition, and then we're gonna meet the other character that came forward as well, and it's Beast. And Drewski, how'd you feel about the way Beast was written here?
No, it just Beast has a certain voice. He uses certain vernacular. And look, if you want a good example of how he talks, his cadence, his maturity, it's the X-Men animated series. That is Beast. That is how he's going to talk and act. This is not Beast.
Yeah, he just didn't have the I guess the eloquence that I come to expect from Beast.
None of it. No, he talks like a random 30-year-old guy. He talks like Scott.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of just say that's Jed McKay there. I guess I thought that this is just side note. I thought the Magneto cape thing being pieces of metal was interesting, but also strange. But sure. It's something different. We'll take it.
It's comics, whatever.
But yeah, just and again, so much exposition here that's kind of getting dumped on us. So, is it needed? Yes, because again,
real quick, Josh, you hit the nail on the head. Real quick, you just said something that's going to be coming across in a few other big event books. Just oodles and oodles of dialogue.
Yeah.
And when you do a book like this, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it several times throughout the night. This should be a $1 preview edition book. This should not be your kickoff book you're charging $6 or $7 for. I would be pissed.
Yeah. Or plan better. And we're going to talk about a book in a second that I think did plan better, of really kind of trying to implement story. And I get that it's kind of, you're doing something different here, but there are ways you could have set this up a little bit better and actually really made this feel impactful. But at this point, it just almost feels like work, like education. Like I need you to fill me in. And that makes it less enjoyable. But I will say, once it does start kicking off, we get to some decent action in the back half of this book. So we mentioned this earlier with Bay. So Bay and Psylocke have a fight, and honestly, not bad. And now that we're getting to see the full scope of Psylocke, she kind of looks like Psylocke. But I didn't mind this. I thought this was decent, and it had kind of a nice little twist to when they finish the fight that you're like, oh. And then maybe one of the characters was purposely just buying some time for a reason. But even with our main heroes here, I will say characters that I expected to stick around may not make it past this issue.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Do we want to spoil those that get killed? Are we?
I honestly forgot who got killed in this.
Oh, well, I will say we find out that Revelation has his Angel of Death, which kind of anytime I hear Angel of Death, I think of Apocalypse with Archangel, but we know
Yeah.
Angel's with our X-Men here, so he's a good guy.
Yep.
So we find out that his Angel of Death is actually Wolverine. We also find out that Omega here is also working with Revelation, and he's got scouts.
Oh, Josh Towrack. Yeah, I hate that character. Is it Jimmy Neutron, Jimmy Quantum, Quantum Kid, Jimmy Pink Hair guy? He's
Jimmy.
just the Jimmy Deus Machina. Just
Yeah.
I hate that shit. I hate him, and it's just like it would have been great if he was killed off in this situation. Like, oh, great, they got rid of that plot device. Nice.
Nope. No, it's unfortunately it's not happening. I will say the fact that two of the psychics or at least the two psychics we get to see here are with Revelation. It makes me wonder if others are going to be with him. But yeah, he's got Psylocke and Omega, and I'm with you. I'm not crazy about that character. I thought he was fine under Grant Morrison, but since then, just people haven't been able to use him correctly. But yeah, continued action. Oh, here. So the first death we see is Bay, and this is where you find out that I know that she was honestly just buying her time. So it seems like she knew she wasn't going to be able to best Psylocke, and was just trying to hold on and buy time to send a psychic message to Mars, to Araco, to speak with a certain somebody, which honestly, if there's anything in this issue that makes me go, oh shit, this could be really interesting moving forward, it's this moment. The fact that she's calling Apocalypse. But
yep, that one panel.
that one panel. But yeah, once we get to the main heroes and we find out that the Angel of Death is Wolverine working for Revelation.
Okay, so real quick, but I like the idea here of Logan. I like the idea.
Yeah.
But the one thing I hate is that is a mask he's wearing.
Yeah.
It's like, what is wrong, Jed? What is so wrong with having his face melted off and you see his adamantium skull as like the mask?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? You're putting a metal skull on top of a metal skull. It's like Michael Myers wearing a mask on top of another mask in Halloween 5. This makes no goddamn sense. Melt his damn face, and his adamantium skull is the mask.
Well, and like you'd have to come up with a reason for him not to heal, not to like have his face grow back.
That's so goddamn easy to do.
I was gonna say you could do it, but I'm with you. Like I wish it was just his face, and that would be pretty freaking awesome. Because then if you did just have the skeletal, like the metal skeletal face, it would kind of resemble Death more.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, this is where the bodies start racking up. So we've already lost Bay. I guess technically Topaz, then Bay. But the very next casualty is Magneto. And I was not expecting that. I thought Magneto was going to be here for the long haul. But yeah, you got Logan coming out and just right away, boom. And then from here, he just essentially starts picking the rest of the team off. Like you've got Glorb Glob, whatever his name is. He doesn't fare too well. Forge gets killed. Angel tries to do something pretty awesome, and then unfortunately it does not work well in his favor either. As Zorn steps in and tries to just completely eliminate Wolverine, and I guess his self-sacrifice to take out Wolverine also fails. So this part of this book, I was like, damn, I'm really enjoying this. Like I am really enjoying this. So I was shocked that I was having as much fun with this as I was, and then really pissed that we couldn't have had a better setup going into the story. But you mentioned the art, like you're seeing just fantastic art here.
Yeah, it's really damn good. I was pleasantly surprised with that.
Yeah. But yeah, good. I mean, I would say overall, I thought this was way better than I expected it to be. The back half is definitely pretty action packed. Um, and then I feel like they could have left off with a better ending. I feel like they should have saved the apocalypse reveal for this last page.
Mhm. It would
Because
make
essentially,
sense.
yeah, essentially you have Revelation coming up to Bay, and then just saying like, okay, go die. It's, I mean,
Mhm.
literally, yeah, now die, and
It's
then
like,
the book
really?
ends.
That's it?
Yeah.
No.
So, like if he had come to her having a conversation, and then now if she had revealed at this moment, like, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
uh, I all I needed to do was
Yeah.
hold off,
Uh-huh.
Psylocke or whatever she wants to
Uh-huh.
call her for this amount of time, so I could send a psychic message and have him be like,
Uh-huh.
"What the heck?" and then show Apocalypse. I would have been like, "All right, give me the next issue." But alas, as I said, honestly, pretty strong for an X-Men book compared to how they've been. Wasn't
Yeah.
awful. There were moments that I did not like. There are absolutely things that I
The
didn't
first
like.
half. I'll say the
Yeah,
first half of this had a lot of it where I just like I don't like where this is going.
correct. And I don't want to sound like I'm overpraising it, because I don't want to overpraise it. I just think a lot of it's coming down to it was way better than I expected it to be because of how bad the X books have been.
Mhm.
So I'll say, yeah, fair. I'm with you though. I think the price point is kind of a killer for a first issue for this. Like,
Mhm.
especially when you're getting so much exposition dump for half the book. So
Yeah.
would you
And so
recommend
real
this?
quick, sorry, real quick. Another
Yeah.
segue that was great about Age of Apocalypse is that there was no heavy exposition dump in the books. It was a lot of it was kind of a mystery, and you're kind of discovering things along the way. And I love that type of storytelling. When it's the Hitchcock approach. It's where he's telling you what he wants you to know when you need to know it. And not like this, where it's just here you go. And no, let us discover it along the way. Keep this
Yeah.
on this mystery.
I was having flashbacks to a lot of James Tynan stuff when he's like, "Let me just give you this wall of exposition."
Yeah.
So with you, 100%. Um, Kaiser put, I thought X-Men Apocalypse was a Revelation book, but it's not.
No, it's good. The X-Men Apocalypse. Yeah, that's the one that Jeff Loeb's doing with Simone DeMeo, I believe. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
I
good. The first issue was solid.
agreed. We read that, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I actually made the comment, "This is way better than anything X-Men we've read recently."
Yeah,
And Kaiser, I'm with you. I thought it was going to be kind of connected to this as well, and was
me too.
honestly happy when I realized it wasn't. And then was kind of surprised by this issue, so I'll take it.
And the funny thing is, I can tell Jeff is having more fun with that than he is with the Batman book.
Oh, 100%. Like, oh god, Hush 2 is crap. It's so
Mhm.
bad. It's so bad. We do have Raphael Ponce in the house. What's up, fools? What's up, Raphael? Nice to see you here.
Hello.
And Zeke put, another event I will not be reading. Oh, and I look, that's gonna be the key thing here. It's like I think there's like what, 15 to 20 number ones that are one-off, one shots. Like, we don't need it. But work it
And
into your,
most of them just sound completely uninteresting and dull. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the only things you honestly, if whatever you're doing, if it doesn't make sense to have it in your main story, it shouldn't be there. And just based on this point alone, I would say maybe do one shots for Wolverine, like to show kind of maybe how he got to where he is, maybe Psylocke, and maybe Magneto. But like they're gonna ruin the this event with all this other bull crap. If they don't just naturally ruin the event anyways. It's Marvel, guys. Um, and then Zeke put, still sour on Marvel because of how they're handling the Ultimate Universe. Oh God, yeah. I mean,
Ultimate Hawkeye. He's the greatest character in the history of mankind.
the
Thanks to
most
Denise Camp.
bestest ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denise Camp.
Denise. Yeah, Denise Camp.
Um, yeah, the Ultimate Universe is weird. Like, it's ending right when it feels like it's actually beginning, and
Dumbest
Marvel.
decision they made.
Yep. Yeah. Well, aside from not really having much Spider-Man in their Spider-Man book, but
Yeah, well, that too. Yes.
yeah, I digress. All right. Would you say that you would recommend this, or would you say like maybe, but give it some time?
If I had two options, it was to either completely skip it, or pick it up. I'm erring on the side with picking it up. It is a weak recommend for this.
Yep. I'm actually right there with you. I By the end of this book, I enjoyed what I read.
Yeah.
Do I have faith that that will continue?
No.
Absolutely not. So, take it or leave it. But for what this was, I thought it was solid. It was kind of Jed McKay showing the better side of his work, like what he is capable of doing.
Mhm.
Because this is better than anything he's done in his X book. And it's kind of reminding me like of, if you had had the quality if he continued the quality that he had while working on Moon Knight, I can only imagine how good some of these stories would have been, but
Yeah.
not happening. So, yeah, I guess recommend, just be aware that this quality may not continue. So,
Mhm.
all right. I do want to turn to a book that honestly I feel like where the X book fell short in terms of kind of building to the story, I feel like this does the opposite. I feel like this actually does build to the story. And we got some nice setup, but that's going to be Justice League the Omega Act special. So, Drewski, just high level, what were your thoughts on this book?
So once again, this is another one where, just like this one, there's a lot of exposition in
Yeah.
this one, and I'm not gonna lie here. This should have been like another one that should have been $1 book, and because what we're told here, nothing is really new. This is all stuff that's like, I'm reading this. I'm like, I feel like I already know all this stuff. There's nothing really new that's happening or being discovered. That cover sucks ass, by the way.
The cover is
Um,
bad. It's
yeah,
it's not a
that's your big event cover, really? Jesus, come on. That's like you're doing someone a favor with
right.
putting that guy on the cover. Jesus. Um, and I mean, they one thing I did notice, they're slightly altering the origin of Doomsday here.
Yeah.
Okay. This gets another thing I'm tired of. Real quick, it's just let's give Darkseid a break. Can we just give Darkseid like a year, 2 year break? There are so many other fucking villains we can choose from. Let's just, please.
I will agree with you. However, I mean, we knew we knew Darkseid was coming based
I
on
know, I know,
the
but
start of
but
Absolute.
the other
Yeah,
thing that got under my skin with this is the fact that, oh, Doomsday was created to be the dark side killer, the God killer. I'm like, God damn it!
but
It's just,
isn't this an alternate universe
is
or
that
no?
I no, I took that as this is this Krypton. That is this Krypton,
Oh,
not
yeah.
not the absolute Krypton.
Okay, yeah. I mean, possibly. Um,
Because as we know, according to the legend, is that Doomsday was created on Krypton several 100,000 years ago, whatever.
right. Yeah. No, I mean, spot on there. I guess for some reason I just took this. And maybe I don't know why. I just took this as being a different timeline, which we see a lot of different. I mean, well,
That's
we don't necessarily
yeah,
see.
and that's where it can be confusing with this because,
Yeah,
like you said, we're jumping to the absolute line. We're going to be in the mainstream line. We're going to the past and the present. It's
yeah,
we get we get flashbacks, flash forwards, we get flash sideways. It's just like what is it, it's just it's a lot going on in this event, and
yeah.
that's where I'm afraid that they're going to lose a lot of people when this event really does kick off after this. It's like, um, when is this taking place? Where the fuck are we right now? I
Right.
think this is this is just me. I think this is going to create a lot of confusion.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's also it's Scott Snyder, And Scott Snyder has a tendency to get on. Well, Scott Snyder is leading the story. I guess he's helping shape the story, but he gets on these like super high level time space type things, and he tries to do the Grant Morrison thing, and he just never does it as well. I would say, but I will agree with you. There is quite a bit of exposition here, and kind of a bit of a recap. I think I'm a little more forgiving on the idea of recapping information, because if you haven't been reading Superman, then you don't know any of this. So if you're one of those people that like, God, I don't want the homework of reading all these different things. But if you have been reading Superman, yes, it feels like recap, but it also feels like the story has more weight overall. I would say. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I will say that. It's just, but my issue is that I've been reading these issues. I've been reading this stuff going on, and nothing really felt new here. This is all stuff like, okay, yeah, I know this. I know all this. It felt like reading. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it felt like reading a Dan Brown novel that is just a stretched out for hundreds of pages. You're just told the same shit over and over. It's like, okay, I got it. Let's move on. We got this. Let's keep going. We're hitting the same beats now. It's like, get on with it. It's just, to me, it felt just retreading.
So you're not a Dan Brown fan? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. He's very long-winded, and it's just
I'm gonna
unexciting.
be honest. I've actually never read one of his books, so
You're not missing much.
but yeah. So I will say, kind of, if you're wondering what the story is here, you've got the Time Trapper,
Who is Doomsday now?
who is Doomsday now, um, and he's here to kind of say like, Darkseid's coming. I've seen the future. There's no way of stopping it. You're all gonna die. This is besides the point. And then you got Booster, who in the Superman book just kind of got rescued by Superman, and he's adamant like, no, there's got to be a way to fix it. Like, we just have to talk to Superman. And then I guess the slight twist here is that Flash gets involved, because he notices that Doomsday
Real
slash
quick,
time.
it's a little segue. I fucking hate that Flash costume.
What is? Look, I haven't been reading the Justice League book. Is this new,
This is from the Cy Spurrier Flash run. This is a leftover from
Oh.
that, and yeah, talking about another bad choice.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, that's all I'll say about it. But Flash notices that the time trapper kind of stops and slows time, so he reacts to be able to kind of not get caught up in that. And then they both go into a time loop, or not time loop, but travel through time to the future to get a glimpse of the world ending, so they can kind of see what's going to happen. And this, to me, I thought was the point where it's like, this felt like it was supposed to be a huge deal, a big reveal. And this is, again, where it falls flat if you've been reading Superman, because we know this. We know that, oh gosh, why can't I think of their name now? Um, help me, Drew. What's this team here from the future?
The Legion.
Yes, Legion of Superheroes. They're evil. They've been made in.
It's the absolute dark Legion.
Yes. So they've got Darkseid's anti-life. Yeah, the bad, evil versions of them. Which again we've seen for like 3 issues in Superman now. But then he kind of mentions that no matter what kind of universe you're looking at, and this is where again it gets a little like, okay, so trying to pinpoint exactly which universes are we focusing on. But he mentions like this whole, no matter where you are, everything leads to Darkseid, and we even get a Darkseid is line later, which,
God damn it,
I know Darkseid is.
It's right there with Bat and Cat. Jesus.
Oh God. I was gonna say I like the concept of Darkseid is. It's just unfortunately Tom King ruined it.
Yes.
I love this page here. I thought this was a nice kind of just splash page reveal of the team. But yeah. We keep going back to this flashback on Krypton of Laura and Ursa discovering that or I guess underground in a facility, they have all these weapons from different things. But I guess this is kind of the first introduction to Darkseid, and you have these like Darkseid Hell Beasts here, which yeah,
Who the fuck knows?
I can't remember either. But I feel like we spent too much time with these two.
Yes.
You agree?
You mean with Jor-El and Laura?
You mean Ursa and Laura? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It just, and this big reveal, I'm just like, God, God damn it! It's just, it's, if there's one thing I hate, it's trying to tie everything in together. How I fucking hate that. Even as low as making Tony Stark responsible for every Marvel villain, or Oscorp is responsible for creating every single Spider-Man villain. It's like, no, that's just fucking lazy. No.
Yeah. No, agreed. So I know I keep talking about Scott Snyder. Joshua Williamson actually wrote this issue, but this is where, like, for me, it's the Scott Snyder of it all. Is like, this is his fingerprints all over it. Everything has to, like, oh yeah, like if you go back to his Batman run that he did for the New 52, like the fact that the idea of the Joker is something that's existed since the beginning of time, that you had whatever that bat entity was that goes all the way back to the end of time or the beginning of time, and then when you went to Metal, you had he always does this, and my problem with this is it just makes worlds feel small. It's one of the complaints it's the complaint I've had with Absolute Batman. When everyone is connected in all these different ways, it makes your world feel smaller. And it just feels like a desperate, lazy attempt of making it feel like there's stakes here.
Yeah, and that's where I would love to ask Scott. I'm like, Scott, have you heard the word coincidence?
Right, yeah.
It's like, really?
Yeah. I mean, like, why can't you just have a Darkseid from a different universe where, like, that universe, I mean, you could keep the same thing, like anti-life matter kind of infected literally everything.
Yeah.
And then that Darkseid is more powerful than any Darkseid, or than the Darkseid here. Like, why can't you just do that? But no, it's got to be like, oh no, like he's since the beginning of time, it's been predetermined and prophesized that he is the end. I don't like that. So,
and that's like my overall issue with this. One of my overall issues with this is that, one, the fucking coincidences, and two, just the retread of information that I'm very familiar with. Now, I'm going to say here real quick, if you have been reading Justice League and Superman, you're going to be completely caught up. You know, there's nothing new to gain from here. Nothing new. But if you haven't, sure, pick it up.
Fair. And look, again, if that is the intention of this issue, then I'm okay with it, because I know not everyone's going to read it.
Make it a $1 book. That's my.
Yeah, I mean, they're never going to do that, but yes.
No. Well, they're not going to do. Well, DC did do in the past. They have. I remember the Countdown to Infinite Crisis, that beautiful double-sized issue, the Alex Ross cover, with Batman holding Blue Beetle's body, and Blue Beetle discovering the mystery of everything. I'm like, that was a $1 book from what I recall.
Yeah,
and that was worth every bang for your buck.
Yeah, and I mean, that was a completely different DC at that time, though. I mean,
it was. Yeah,
and that was still when they were at the hold the line at $2.99. Going like a good 6 years after that.
Well, that was, looking at, my God, that was over 20 years ago. Jesus,
I missed those days.
Yeah.
So I do want to focus. We get all these scenes with Laura and Ursa, and it ultimately just to kind of do two things. One, focus on this evil heart thing that's here. And this is where we get the Darkseid is, where I was like, okay. But there's this, and the fact that she ends up taking some type of tech, which it shows later, but I didn't fully understand what it was. Did you, or did you?
Remind me, where is it at? Remind me, I forget.
Hold please. Yeah, they're running from here. This.
Oh, wait a minute. I forget.
Yeah, it looks like a stapler, and I'm like, I don't remember
Yeah.
what this is supposed to be or what the relevance is, and it doesn't fully like. I mean, they say it. She's talking about reading it and has the thing that says that it's the ultimate weapon, and or Laura's like, no, it's not ultimate weapon. It says absolute champion, but I'm just like, eh. So
I think it's referring to Doomsday. I think it's a key talking about
oh,
him.
maybe, we'll see. But yeah, we do get some decent action a little bit before this.
Dece.
Decent with them kind of traveling through time and the yeah. I look, I liked these pages. I thought this was a cool look. You've got different universes kind of bleeding through here, and I like the way that was depicted.
Yeah.
I
Those
will say
sorts.
overall, I thought the art was okay.
Yeah.
Not bad, not great. It was fine. But yeah. I and I know that I fully support and understand, your take on, like, if you've been reading Justice League or Superman, all of this. I guess my point and what I'm trying to drive home is that I'm just happy that they have a story and they're actually building to this story, as opposed to just like, look, kids, an event that it just immediately starts at this issue.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that they were trying to at least lay some groundwork for a while to amp this up. Um, but yes, if you've been reading those other issues, this can fall super flat. If you haven't been reading those other issues, I think this works really well. So it's one of those you're not going to be able to appease everyone, and I would much rather have this for those that haven't been reading than not. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
And
just go.
fire whoever the asshole was that chose that cover. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that cover was rough. So yay, Justice League, everybody. Woohoo. I did feel like this was a kind of weak ending though. So
yeah, it's just like we're ending it here.
well, I mean,
okay, sure.
this whole idea of like, oh, we have to work together. Can you do that? Like, oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. I just saw the whole fact. The whole issue, Doomsday is like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, it'll work. We'll do it.
it'll work, but we have to work together. But it's presented like, oh, well, the way they ended, it's presented like, oh no, can they? Will they be able to work together? Because Doomsday killed Superman, and you're like, yeah, bro.
Say what?
Supes has worked with so many bad guys that
Yeah,
if he needs to,
he worked with Superboy Prime, one of the
yeah,
biggest intergalactic murderers in the galaxy.
right? So, I look, I would say this is fine if you haven't been reading Justice League and Superman and you want to read this arc, this DC KO. For sure, read this. If you have been reading Superman and Justice League, then Drew's right. You don't need to bother picking this up. So, or if you don't plan on reading DCKO, then don't bother picking this up. So, yeah. Let's see what people are saying here. We've got Z coming in with DCKO coming out too. I would rather put my money into that, but there are so many awesome books out on the indies. Yeah, indies is where I'm really wanting to spend my money right now. So,
hey Josh, I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna run through comments.
Okay.
Kaiser put my money's going to the Joe Mad X-Men Apocalypse variants and the Daniel Warren Johnson DCKO variants. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, the Daniel Warren Johnson's gonna kind of have that throwback feel to do a power bomb, so that'll be nice. And then hey, we got Salty Traveling C in the house with okay, I'm here. What did I miss? Honestly, you missed the X-Men Age of Revelation conversation. That's pretty much the only thing you've missed so far. Oh, yep, which Salty says here. So oh, and nope, I do not. I absolutely do not. Kaiser, no. I'm so mad. I'm not mad. I think this is hilarious, but damn it. And then Salty put, I bought 4 lobbies for October 1, and every single one of them was an indie. Oh, I think this was supposed to be floppies. Gotcha. Floppies, not lobbies. Yeah. No DC, no Marvel. Yeah. Don't blame you one bit. And let's see. We've got JK in the house. Hello, JK. JK put, I thought Green Lantern was out this week. I don't I think Absolute Green Lantern came out this week, but I'm not. I dropped that like a bad habit after 2 issues. Hey, you've been listening while painting. Awesome. What are you painting, JK? Let us know. Guys, but the usual suspects are all here. That's right. All of us delinquents are here. But I thought Aquaman was 10/8. Is it? I think it is 10/8. I don't think it came out this week. I could listen. As I said at the beginning, my days are all like mixed together. I can't keep up with which day is which and what's when. And I've been
I'm back.
Oh, hey, Drewski's back. He's salty, but this is the crew you want with you for the zombie apocalypse. I mean, we'll be entertained for sure. Talking about the chat, us in the chat, Drew, for the zombie apocalypse.
Jeff,
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how effective some of us would be, but yeah. And then JK put, I've been so far behind picking up my polls, I'm probably off. Like, okay, so I know Kaiser's mentioned that. I have a lot of personal friends that hear like that I see on a day to day. They're in the same boat, and I'm curious if it's a lack of interest or if it's maybe financial. But I'm hearing a lot of people that are just behind or not reading or haven't gotten to the shop. So, not the best sign for the industry, especially if it's just like a waning interest. So, and yes, that Flash costume is garbage. And yes, Flash should look fast, not blocky. Agreed. Whoever approved that design and is sticking with it, that's another person that needs to get out of here.
Cut it out.
Yeah. Cut it out. Oh no, how dare you. Adding to the dark side is, and Batcat is, Mouseman knows. So yeah. Oh yeah. William, the audio problems happen. I'm sure Salty will have a damn it, Josh, here in a second. Oh, both Drew and I is anyone else hearing us break up? Just let us know.
Yeah, sure. Is the bass taken away from the vocals? Yeah, let us know.
And so JK saying the lack of doing picking up the books is just a lack of interest. So not good. And Kaiser said he's been putting in overtime at work, but I have been picking up my books, just haven't read them. Yeah, I feel you with the work thing. I think between work and my dog, I am exhausted. So yeah, feel you. All right, Drewski, let's go ahead and move on. Let's do you want to talk about Absolute Evil?
Let's do it.
Because I've got thoughts.
I've got words. I've got thoughts.
All right, I'm gonna let you take off while I am pulling this up.
So I read this a couple days ago, and I was rather unimpressed by it.
Mm-hmm.
It did not feel like a comic book. There was not a story here.
No.
It was just pretty much information block dumps here and there throughout time. And there was really there's no cohesive story here.
No.
And that's one of the big flaws here. Two is this opener. I know people are like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'm like, no, what they're saying here is that Hawkman was evil for going after communists. That's what they're saying is bad here. I'm like, no, communism is bad. Communism is a bad thing. Communism is responsible for millions upon millions of deaths.
Yeah.
Learn your history. And yes, they were invading. They were seeping here into the United States back in the 40s and 50s. It's doesn't seem possible, but yeah, it did happen. So I don't like this vilifying of Hawkman and what he becomes. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, so are we? And this is kind of the question I had. Are we supposed to take that this is Carter Hall here?
That's what I take it as. But they don't say the name. They don't say the name Carter Hall.
At least not here. They later, yes. But
and
here,
so another problem I have with this is that people are saying, "Oh, it's Earth 3. It's the Earth 3, you know, so the good people are bad now." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no.
No, it's the absolute.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
not Earth fucking 3. You know, this is the absolute universe. So it's not the opposite,
Mhm.
dickheads. So take that for what it is. And here, this introduction of Oliver Queen, as he suddenly decides to be a vigilante for reasons because he was part of that group and doesn't want to go with that group anymore. He
Well,
just suddenly knows how to be an archer.
so he's got. I mean, it's very clear that he's been practicing because he's got his arrow cave and everything. But
Yes.
it seems like he decides to take. Maybe he was a sportsman archer or like recreational, but was really good. I don't know, but
So real
it's
quick, so Josh, I'm going to give you an alternate take on this. What this issue should have been when we do our final thoughts, because I'm going to say here how this issue was executed. It was executed shittily,
Mhm.
and I blame Al
Agreed.
Ewing for that because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Al Ewing is a good idea man,
Mhm.
but when it comes to executing a story, he sucks ass. He cannot write a compelling, fun, action, mysterious centered story to save his life. If he
No.
had a gun to his head, he could not do it. He could not figure it out.
Well,
And that shows here.
and I will say yes, I will say you kind of mentioned the fact that there's not really an overarching story here at all. But also where there is the remnant of one is Oliver, but
Bullseye.
it's such a throwaway when they do the reveal at the end or the twist, whatever you want to call it at the end.
Mhm.
It's such a throwaway moment that they don't focus on it like they should. But also, like this is the first time we're seeing Oliver in the absolute universe.
100. Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
I think the ending of this kind of fails to land in that respect too. That all
Yeah.
right, you see him here, and then okay, so I
How
don't
I
know.
would have done this, it would have been fucking amazing. And people would have been like, oh shit. It would have had that Infinite Crisis, that prelude, that Countdown Infinite Crisis feel
Mhm.
to it. It was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah,
But we'll get to my pitch later on when we're done. But yeah, there's no overarching story here. It's just vignettes throughout time,
yeah,
and
a lot of talking heads.
that's all this issue is. It's
Yep,
talking heads,
yep,
and the only action that happens is done off panel.
yep,
So Al Ewing committed one of the most egregious sins in comic book storytelling, which is tell, don't show. You don't fucking do that in comics. You
yeah.
show, not tell. And that really angered me and pissed me off. Another thing that really angers and pisses me off about this is that so Wes did a review of this, our good friend Wes,
Yeah.
and I read the comments, and
Oh no.
it disturbs me the countless comments people have had literally blowing their load over this comic, how it is so fucking great, it's amazing, it's the greatest comic I've ever read, this is so great, it's amazing. And I'm just I am left saying, whoa, time out, dipshits. I'm calling you dipshits. You're automatically saying this is so great, this is a great, you're saying on that level, it's up here. You are equating it to The Dark Knight. You are equating it to All-Star Superman. You are equating it to Kingdom Come.
Oh
No
god.
fucking
Yeah.
way is this
Nope.
issue on that level. You
Nope.
are smoking crack and cut the Prozac in half.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not even close. To try to put this on that level is insane. I've just pulled up real quick League of Comic Geeks to see what it's rated at, and it's a
No, I would say
4.5.
go to Wes's video, read his
Oh
comments.
god.
It is disturbing the amount of
Yeah.
praise people were giving this.
Um yeah. I mean, essentially what this issue is the all the big bads, right? That are kind of coming
Yes.
together. So you got Hector Hammond here. You got Veronica Cale, which
Yeah.
is that am I just
She's in the Wonder Woman series. She showed up in
okay?
the last issue. She was the one putting
Okay,
together the suicide or the quote unquote Suicide Squad.
that's right. That's right. Okay, I was like, I was like, it sounds familiar, but I can't place it. You've got Ra's al Ghul here with his, man bun
Yep.
realness going on. You got the Joker, but don't make it like I'm so sick of this.
He doesn't make
joke.
jokes.
Like I I think this was meant to be like serious.
Yes, it
And he's
is.
like, yeah.
100%.
And I'm like, this is so corny and over the top. Yeah, I don't enjoy jokes. And then even later, he's
This
like, these jokers. And I'm
th-
like, oh my
this
God.
this is another egregious sin that Aaron, Joe, and I, we've talked about this. And I've probably talked to you about this. Is that when you're writing a script, say the fucking dialogue out loud. If it
Yeah.
sounds funny, if it doesn't make sense, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Clearly, Al Ewing did not read the dialogue out loud. And the editor did not do their fucking job and didn't tell Al to fix his shit. And because oh god, and I'm getting my blood's boiling. What they did here to my guy Ted Grant, this pissed me up a rope. I wanted to rip this in half when we got to this page. I don't want to repeat. I don't want to say what happens, but they did him dirty.
Yep. I mean, a lot of these characters are getting done dirty. But yeah, I mean, like you essentially what this issue is all of these villains, which this here's the thing, like it's the absolute universe, and these guys are absolute evil, but since it's the absolute universe, shouldn't they be like the absolute good? Kind of, I don't know.
I mentioned this earlier. Make this Earth 3. Make this the crime syndicate.
Yeah, like something. But basically, all these people are just sitting around talking about what's been going on in the absolute universe. Like you literally just start getting recaps of characters and what's going on with them. They discuss Wonder Woman. They discuss Superman. They discuss Batman. Then they go into Flash. Then they go into Martian Manhunter. Like
I glossed over that. I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah,
like I'm just like, okay, this is I was checking out so hard here, and then we haven't mentioned this yet, but this arc is not good.
No.
So you've got that's also like you've got very uninteresting panels because it's a room full of people sitting and talking and pretty much nothing more. And even then, like it's so stiff and just amateurish that it's not good.
I really feel like this comes from, I mean, I understand wanting to give artists, a shot, giving indie artists, a shot, but look, this guy doesn't have it. There's nothing here telling me this person should be working on a Big Two book. He needs to be working for Image, Mad Cave, Archie Comics, not DC. He's not ready for prime time.
Nope. Just no.
I would never put my name on art like this.
Yep.
I would have to kick my own ass.
Yep. But we go through all of this to finally get to the one thing that we were kind of mentioning earlier, which was like the one interesting thing that happens in this book, but it was shown in such a throwaway thing. You've got her saying, please send in Mr. Hall. And then this new Hawkman comes in with a dead Green Arrow. Like
the only action sequence done off panel.
Yeah.
So real quick for the cheap seats out there, in a comic book, you show, you don't tell. You don't do this off panel.
Well, and it's the other thing, you don't do it off panel. Like that is a cardinal sin. You show don't tell. It's comics. It's a visual medium. That's why this is here. And honestly, you could have had all of this being shown visually without needing actual dialogue showing you what or telling you what's going on. You could have had these people talking and then these scenes in the background throughout the issue.
One thing you could have done, I'm not going to give away I'll say what my pitch for this would have been at the very end, but what they could have done is that at the bottom of each page you have the fight go on between Hawkman and Green Arrow, the very bottom of each page. And it encapsulates right here.
Yep. because they don't really do a good job of connecting the dots either. Like we know early on that Oliver's deciding to kind of go against these people and fight the good fight because they kind of set it up like a Epstein type thing where they're like, oh, it's an island and only
Yes,
kids have been going there, and then
yes,
he's like, I
so,
can't.
we're told that this person that Green Arrow is going after, that's like it's in the Absolute Universe, they're Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, essentially Jubal something, I think, or something Jubal. I don't know. But like none of that is actually like fully connected here. Like it
No.
just so, but also
it's tell don't show. That's good. That's what we
Yeah.
apparently do now. It's what Al Ewing does.
but it's also this situation of you're like you start this issue going, oh cool, we're getting Oliver in the Absolute Universe now, and then you get to this and you're like, okay, no, we're not. So and I think the idea that, oh god, they just killed Green Arrow is supposed to be shocking, but you don't really know this Oliver. You don't have any connections to him or ties, so this just falls flat.
Yes, and because we know we're led to believe he was with this group, so Oliver has done some evil shit.
Yep.
Or been part of evil shit.
So, no, I did not like this, and I thought this was a big waste of time. And this did nothing to excite me about the Absolute Universe or what's going on in it. I'm not excited about Joker. We get these kind of teases with Brainiac, which I mean, sure, Brainiac's kind of cool what they're doing with him here, but not here in the issue, just in this universe. But
yeah, he's telling them about the Omega energy.
Yeah. So, he doesn't joke. He never jokes. Listen, this is where I hate this Joker. I hate this Joker, and also I feel like it should be kind of pointed out. We're talking about all the stuff that's going on in this universe, but why the beep is no one talking about all the chaos that Bane's doing? And like Bane is out here causing crazy shit to happen,
creating mutants and doing God knows what else, ripping bodies apart, putting them back together, doing some Frankenstein shit.
And he's had a run in with the Joker. Like, yeah, I don't know. For me, this just did not work, like at all. It did not.
And the big kicker is that we're told that the bad guys are the Justice League.
Of course. Oh yeah, okay. Ooh. But that's also where I was saying, like, this group shouldn't have been absolute evil, right? Like, if the Justice League are the bad guys, then why are these guys that?
The only way this works in context is if this is Earth 3. That's the only way this really works. But it's not Earth 3.
No.
Okay, so we got to the end. We're told who this person is. So Joshy Poo, my pitch for this. We open with Green Arrow eavesdropping on the group. Get an establishing shot of him eavesdropping on them. He's listening in and all that. And maybe get a little glimmer or a gleam of like a hawk figure in the background behind Green Arrow, whatever, and then we see him reflecting upon his past life. Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, came to where he is at Rise of Power with the group. He's done some evil shit, but on his way to like Epstein Island or whatever, he crash lands on another island. That's where he's rescued, becomes Green Arrow, learns the skill, blah blah blah. Wants to change his life, become Green Arrow. Shows up at the building. Then we get to the kerfuffle between him and Hawkman. When that's going on, we were kind of going from alternating page to page or panel to panel between the fight and what's going on in the conference room. That way we got some action, got some dialogue going on, so it's interchanging. It's like keeping you engaged. It's like with what's going on. And this is not the end. This would not be the end of it. So we get this shit probably in the middle of the book with Lex Luthor. But the very last page is we see Oliver Queen's dead body plopped on the table. That's the last page. That's the end of the issue.
Yep. I mean, that would be so much better than what we got. Like, it would. I don't know. I'm so frustrated with this book, and then the way we end here too. I don't care at all.
No, I don't either. Yeah, it doesn't work. This is a shitty cliffhanger.
How can I be of help? Like, okay.
Look at that fucking face. Looks like fucking
bad.
Santa Claus. It's just it.
Yeah. Oh, and then it's oof. I did kind of skim through some of these comments over on the League of Comic Geeks, and yes, people are losing their shit for this, and I don't get it.
I call it, it's the celebration of mediocrity. That's what this
Yeah.
is.
Oh gosh. I mean, like even avoid spoilers at all costs.
What
Why?
spoilers?
Yeah. Holy shit! I was not expecting that. I'm very interested in the Green Arrow series now. I mean, clearly it's just gonna be Speedy. Like,
Yeah.
okay. And then Captain Great is here. Take note, people. This is how you set up future events.
Are you? Oh,
Okay.
the comments like this really break your brain. You know,
Yeah.
when you're a storyteller, and these are people who do not understand storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't understand. Sure, people. I don't know. I think people need to read
It,
more and go find
all I
good
gotta
books
say
to read.
is if this turns you on, if this blows your load, I shudder to think what would happen if you read Dark Knight Returns. Jesus.
Oh yeah, yeah. Indeed. Real quick before we kind of do a fast track through some other books, we do have Abomination AJ in the house. What up, people? What's up, AJ? And he did say, let's get these likes up. So yeah, come on, y'all. Let's get these likes up. We also have LK in the house, and LK put, it's funny. I think for someone who hasn't read any Absolute books, it's interesting. If you've been reading the universe, it sounds like it's not good. Remember, these aren't your usual DC characters. Yeah, they're not. I get it, but there's still structure that you need to have the stories. So
Yes.
I've made it very clear that, like, especially with Batman, it's not my cup of tea, but I understand why people like Absolute Batman. For me, it's just too over the top. Wonder Woman has been very hit or miss for me. Superman, I've not been a fan of. Flash, I started off really liking, and then it just felt like it was just treading water, and I did not like Martian Manhunter. So, but yeah.
There's
Um,
I gave you guys my idea. There is a great way to execute this with a proper story, and Al Ewing did not do that. He couldn't do that,
yeah,
and that's one of the bigger flaws with this book. The biggest flaw. There is no story here.
yeah. Zeke said people are big mad about Green Arrow in the situation. I mean, it's an alternate universe, so I expect things to be different. And yes, where the hell is Bane? Agreed, agreed. Um, Alex as a simple country farmer or something. I sure, but it doesn't make me interested in him.
No, and you
Because
look at how he looks. It's like
yeah,
this is Lex. This is your Lex Luthor. Oh,
like, here's
okay.
the thing. If we hadn't had an absolute Superman story going on, like, it's clear that the way they did that was to set up the Smallville aspect and, like, oh my god, could this be Superman? But we clearly know it's not Superman. So it, to me, the way they do the reveal, it's not even the reveal itself. Like, you can do interesting things with Lex. It's the way they did the reveal and the fact that they're like, oh, here's this country simpleton that's gonna, like, play a big part.
Yeah,
Well, if you
here's our
hear like
Billy Mumphrey. Yeah, just
yeah, if you hear like Lex, if you see Lex, you're like, oh yeah, of course Lex is gonna play a big part. But it's like, why did you try to do this whole like Smallville type twist of like, oh, it's just a good old like eh. But we got Fiend Machine in the house, and Fiend put, these people think Dark Knight Rises is toxic and evil. Yeah. So yeah. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. But you have to understand, those are people that have been fed a diet of JJ mystery boxes and bad Star Wars shows. It's all about the surprise. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Gosh. Okay, yeah, I do not recommend that at all. So don't read it. Drew, we're gonna run through a few things
all right.
real quick.
The lightning round.
Lightning round. I'm gonna start off. I did not get a chance to read this, but Spider-Man Noir, you read it, and
Yes.
good book.
Spider-Man Noir. Yes, I recommend Spider-Man Noir. It is
All right.
really, really good.
Well, tell us a little bit what makes it good. What did you like about it?
The interior art is beautiful. Eric Larson's writing it. Eric Larson. He is a storyteller. I'll say that. What he's doing currently on Savage Dragon,
oh yeah,
it's something. But
it's
here,
something for sure.
Yeah, here this. I was reading this, and this really felt like I feel like I'm reading an actual Spider-Man book here. You
Oh
got
wow.
Spider-Man, actual Spider-Man being a smart ass hacking quips. I'm like, I dig this, and it's a period piece. It's during the Great Depression, and I think World War II is getting ready to kick off, and America hasn't entered it yet at this point. There's a murder mystery. Gwen Stacy's dad has died, and Peter Parker's been hired to figure out who murdered him. Yeah, it's great stuff here. This is really really good, and the art is solid.
Nice. Yeah, no, it looks good. The book looks really good. Who's doing the art on this? I got to go back up. Um, Riccardo.
Locado.
Ricardo. Yeah, no, it looks really nice. I definitely like the look of this book, and this is one that I wanted to read. I just didn't get a chance to because of time. And yeah, no, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I'm glad it was good because I was nervous. Like anything number one coming out from Marvel, especially if it's not a major title, I'm like, God, this is probably going to be awful because they don't care. So I'm glad that Larson's actually delivering some good work.
So real quick, I'm full disclosure. I love the Spider-Man noir concept. This has
Yeah,
been my favorite, and when it comes to, like, the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse films, he has been my absolute favorite character. Nicolas Cage, his narration of him, I die laughing every time. He is hilarious as Spider-Man noir, and I cannot wait for the live action series.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, keep in mind we got that live action series coming out next year too.
I cannot wait. That is exciting news.
And then everything we've seen or heard from that seems fantastic too. So I'm crossing my fingers that it stays that way. And dear God, please. But yeah, no, this looks really promising, which excites me because I was expecting the worst. And part of the reason I kind of pushed this book and didn't prioritize it, but now that I know it's good, I'm excited. So,
Yeah.
and I'll be, really interested in looking into this artist more because we're talking about people that are cut for the big two. It seems like you could do really good stuff with this guy. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like he's cutting corners. He does good character work. The faces of the kids here reminds me of Gleason. So
Yeah.
and that, I mean, just the faces here. The other
Yeah,
stuff not so much.
they look like actual kids. Yeah.
Yeah, go figure. So no, this looks really promising. Real quick, did you read Huck Big Bag World #5?
I did. That was really, really good.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I'm clear on something after reading this.
Okay.
So we have established now, it's official. Huck is in the same universe as Wanted, Nemesis. So there are superpowered beings.
Yep.
Now, after reading this, I'm led to believe that this witch or these witches are responsible for creating a lot of these superpowered.
Yes, that is my understanding.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I mean that's what I took away, and because when I read that, I was like, I wonder if they're going to try to tie into that or not, like purposely tie into that. But yes, this is that universe. They even make a point of saying like certain scenes take place before Big Game and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. I will say, if you didn't, and I don't want to talk, this has been a really solid book. And if you didn't read issue 4 ends on such a just damn moment that I came into this wanting to be like, oh crap, how are we gonna help deal with this, or what's the fallout here? And Mark's taking his time with it, which I at first I was like, oh come on, but retrospectively, I'm like, I'm glad we're not just going right into that. But yeah, I mean, essentially, you've got this guy here, and he's got his nuclear bullet or whatever they're calling it, and he is hunting down and killing every powered being that they can find or get their hands on. And I mean, you have this whole like collage of scenes where it just shows them taking out different people. And I'm gonna skim past that one real quick.
It's so funny reading this coming out of the Absolute Power Universe book in DC, other DC book, and it's like, my God, it's so kinetic. It's moving fast. It's vital information, but it's not a bombardment of it all at once. It's
Right.
just it's interesting. It's got you moving. I love it.
Yeah. The only my only complaint or gripe, and it's so minute, but I was like, we could have done better, guys. Come on, Mark. Is the name he gives some of these things. Like the nuclear bullet is fine, but there's a point where she refers to this guy as her general, her like, oh shoot, what is he? I can't remember. She says something like, "Oh, you're the powered killer general" or something like that. And I was like, "We couldn't do better than that." Come on.
Couldn't
But
workshop
no,
this.
yeah. I this is a great read. I've been enthralled with this. Mark Miller continues to kill it for me. Like I think just everything aside from Vatican or whatever that book was called that he's done has been great. Which I don't know if you saw, but he just launched a Kickstarter
I
for
did.
yeah. So
Yeah, the art in
um
that looks amazing. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, this has been fantastic. And we get a kind of reveal here or potential reveal at the end. But this moment, there could be a lot to this moment right here that I was like,
Yes.
kind of put me in my feels when you get to that last page. And I was like, oh
It's like,
man,
oh.
indeed. So yeah, loving Huck. I love Huck as a character. We've got one issue left after this, and I feel like it's going to be one really emotional and really intense. So looking forward to it because we still have to deal with the consequences and ramifications of the end of issue 4 because
Yeah.
we reference it, but we don't actually deal with it. And I was like, oh man! So for another month, I'm left hanging on this. Oh god! And also, kudos to Raphael Albuquerque. Like this whole shot with the bullet going for the back of his head.
Yeah.
That's nice there. All right, Drewski, Batman issue number 2.
I like this. I
Yep,
enjoyed this. This should have been the first issue.
this should have been the first issue. We could have done. You could have found a way to just have a little bit more Batman in this and have this be the first issue. Um, I am. Well, let me say this: I'm torn on this issue. I
Oh.
enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, but I'm so over all of this. And what I mean by that is I'm so sick of this whole the cops or this end all be all power and Batman's evil and we're going against vigilantes. Like we've done that so many times within the past 5 years that I'm like okay. But
I would
the
say the only way you can really legitimize that, it's like, yeah, sure, Matt. Yeah, sure, Matt, is that if there's actually we get not necessarily a body count, but like we actually like, get closer where it's like, oh shit, they actually have incapacitated like Jason, Barbara, and all these people. It's like, oh shit,
yeah
they're playing for keeps.
yeah
That's the only really way to take this seriously. If you don't go that far, what the fuck are we doing here with this?
right. I did love the kind of family dynamic here of seeing Bruce with Tim and Damien and kind of that banter. I
Yeah.
didn't feel like Tim felt like Tim, and I get this is a flashback, and Bruce is teaching Tim how to drive a manual transmission car like truck. I get it, but
Yeah.
I'm also like, if anyone's gonna pick up how to drive a manual transmission car, it's gonna be Tim. Like he's the
Yes.
smart one, so he should get this.
Yeah, and speaking of
Quick.
which, this comes to one of my favorite moment later in this with between him and Batman during the Batmobile, and
Yeah,
Tim's asking how many gears, and I laughed. I actually laughed. I'm like
yeah.
that's clever. That's funny.
And that's the kind of stuff like if you're gonna tell me we're gonna get a little less dark Batman and have some fun with it, that's the kind of stuff I want. And you could tell that was them having fun and it was cool, it was fine.
Yeah, and it makes
um
sense. Of course, he would have that in the Batmobile. Of course, yeah.
yeah. What was it, 13 gears? Yeah, like how many
Yes.
gears does this thing have? 13. Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell do you need 13 gears for?
And he's like, oh, you got the standard like what, 9 and then overdrive, this overdrive and like super overdrive. He's like, what the heck is super overdrive? I'm verdicts out on how I feel about this anarchy, but I mean, you got to do something fresh and different.
Yeah.
I did enjoy some of these parts here. I thought at first I thought the writing of the police officers was heavy handed. I was like, oh, of course, these police officers are bad. Of course, they're going after, Robin. Well, okay. But you then have that one officer turn to be like, no, man, these guys are with us. We're on the same side. And that for me made up for a lot of these early kind of just moments. But
Yeah.
you got the happy cop who's just a bad cop. And at first, it's made out to look like all the cops are this way. But when his partner kind of pushes back on him and turns against him, yeah, but yeah, you have Tim get shot, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So, but yeah, no, I'm with you. I thought this issue was much better than the first issue. Just head and shoulders better than the first issue. I my complaints about some of the characterization. Sure, I thought this fight in the the lockup van was kind of fun. Why not? But yeah, not bad. This for me has me at least a little more interested in what's to come from these next couple of issues. But overall, I don't like the idea of Vandal Savage leading this team and doing this whole like future state type thing again with the police.
No.
Also, Tim can't break out of handcuffs, but
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, did he just break out of handcuffs incredibly easily?
It's Tim. Just let him have a device.
Yeah.
I mean, we're highlighting all these other bad devices, anyways. Just
let him have fun with his legs and feet. Taking out people. Why not?
Yeah. Like I'm just happy to see that we've got a hero that doesn't like he's handcuffed and he's still taking on these just street thugs. So but yeah, no, fun issue, looks really good. Jorge Jimenez delivering some fantastic art as always. And I'm still loving the blue. Like it's the right thing for this book. So
yeah.
Anything else you want to say here?
Nope. I'm
Cool.
I'm all on board. Recommend. And
Anxious
for issue 3.
Anxious for issue 3. We'll kind of leave this at, I know you read Amazing Spider-Man, but didn't really have much to say for it.
No, look, they're trying this part of the story. They're trying to turn Spider-Man into Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
it's just like, I don't give a flying fuck, and I don't care about any of these characters at all.
Yeah.
Period. I'm not coming to Spider-Man for this.
Nope. I'm right there with you on that one. So that's essentially how I felt, and I started reading it, and I was like, I can put this towards the bottom of the pile. And then other than that, I have no shame in saying I picked up Gotham Academy because I covered the initial run for Batman News, and I thought it was a fun, well-written book. It's not for everyone. It's definitely meant for younger crowds, younger audiences, but they did a good job with it. So I was curious to pick this up, and it just doesn't have the same pizzazz of that first run. Even though it's Brendan Fletcher and Cloonan working together on this, and they did the original series, they don't have Carl Kerschel on the art, and that art made a huge difference. But it was also weird because it's retreading so much stuff, and it's almost like a reboot as opposed to continuing the story. So, if you've got younger kids, sure, maybe if you read the original Gotham Academy and you liked it, great. But for me, that very first trade that they did, those 12 issues were fantastic, way better than it had any right to be, and they just haven't been able to capture that sense. So, yeah. Drewski, is there anything else you want to say about tonight?
No, I'm all good. I'm
cool. Good. Just real quick, looking at the comments before we wrap up. Kaiser back that Kickstarter immediately for Mark Miller. That is awesome. People crap on Mark Miller. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Let's see. Miller needs to bring back I'm sure Nightclub will be coming back soon.
Oh, it's coming back. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say I was disappointed though, because he was tweeting like, "Oh, we got a big announcement. We got something with the Hollywood Reporter." I thought he was going to be announcing either a King of Spies film / TV show
starring Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, or fingers crossed, some type of Nemesis film or TV show. Because the Hollywood Reporter felt like it was going to be big in terms of that scale, going to that medium. And so I was a little let down. It's like, oh, we got a Kickstarter. I'm like, bro, I don't know if you needed the Hollywood Reporter for this, but okay. and that sounds cynical. I will take anything Mark Miller wants to throw at me. I'll read it and give it a chance because he's delivering. But that Batmobile looks sick. Yes. How old is Tim? So Tim is supposed to be like college age, I believe. Well, no, I guess they reverted him back to like 15, 16.
I was gonna say he looks like he's 15.
Yeah. The truck stuff is meant to be a flashback, but they don't know what they want to do with Tim. Like they cannot figure Tim out, and I don't know. I think they all need to just have a conversation about what they want the Robins to be. And honestly, based on the Robin and Batman books, let Jeff Lemire decide what the Robins should be and kind of scope
that's
that
fair.
out. Yep. William said he enjoyed Batman issue 2. It makes him hopeful. Yeah, it was fun, and I'm not gonna knock a book for being fun. And I will take, even though I had my complaints on character, that's me as someone who's read and covered as much Batman as I have. But I will take that. I'll take what we got here any day over anything that really what's his nuts Chip Zdarsky was giving us, or even James Tynion. So, and yes, Jimenez's work is always good. And is Miller working? I don't know. He might be. I'd have to look it up. So, yeah, we'll see. And Zeke, but to make Tim a badass, sure, why not? I mean, before the New 52, they had Tim where he was pretty badass. Like,
I loved him as Red Robin. That was my series.
Yeah.
I think it was it. Who the hell wrote it? Was it?
That was Christopher Yost.
That's
Christopher
it,
Yost wrote
Christopher
the
Yost.
Red Robin series.
Yes.
But yeah, at that point in time, like he had gotten good enough physically that he beat Lady Shiva in a fight. He was very much like kind of getting in that Batman mode of like black and white. Like I can make distinct decisions and not everyone's going to like it or agree with it, but it's the right thing to do. And he was viewed by Raj Al Ghul Race as the person to take Batman's mantle. Like he was in a freaking awesome spot. And then New 52 happened and he's been shit since. So aside from that one thing at Rebirth, the beginning of Rebirth. And then LK put, do we know if Tim is straight or bi or other yet? They're probably going to keep him as bi. I don't see them walking that. They might put him back with Stephanie, but they're going to say he's bi.
I'll see that as an improvement. But for right now, if Matt doesn't bring it up at all, great.
Agreed.
Don't. Perfect.
Yeah. That's probably the best way to go.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. We are reaching the 9 o'clock hour here in our central time zone. So we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Drewski, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick. I am doing nothing but posting and sharing everything Unholy Nightmare related and or TCM Press related, which are including our exclusives for New York Comic Con, which will be next week. I'll be at booth 3635, New York Comic Con with the Comic Mint and TCM Press. I'll be there with the one and only Aaron Sparrow as well, peddling our wares. So be sure to stop by, say hi, get some autographs, buy some books, share some laughs. Be a good time.
Some great covers you're gonna have there too. I'm still kind of like jealous of that Gollum.
The foil, yeah. Oh, Josh, you're muted. Yeah, it's a Voodoo foil cover for the Gollum, and it's a Voodoo cover for Depths of Valor. But a Jamie Tyndall foil for Silent Nights. So all these are limited to either 75 or 50 copies. That is it. It's not like, oh yeah, we got 75, but I have like 2 cases of like 250 copies in the bag. No.
Yeah. We have these
75.
others here for other things. Yeah, no. Yeah. So if you're going to be there, go get it. If you're not going to be there but want it, maybe find someone that is going to be there to get it for you. So
yes.
But yeah, no, those covers are great. I hope you have a terrific weekend. And then I look forward to hearing. I always get good stories from you from New York Comic Con. So I cannot wait. Usually there's fun updates. And then when you kind of get back and settle in, I'll get a text of, you won't believe what I heard in New York. And I'm like, tell me, please.
And I'm supposed to be getting introduced to a major player there in New York. So yeah, that'll be fun.
I think it's going to be a really good weekend for you. I'm excited for you, and I think all the work you've been doing has just been leading up to the good things that are yet to come. So
just keeping your head down, doing the work. That's what's important.
For sure. And then as for the site, if you want to follow us, we're here. We're going to be back here pretty much every Tuesday, Thursday, starting next week. Thursday, I don't think we are going to be here because you're going to be in New York, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going there Wednesday. Yeah.
Yep. So the plan is to do top 5 comics Tuesday. Thursday we will be off. Then the week after that we'll have a double dose of floppy drop, and can kind of continue from there. But if you want to follow us, we're here most Tuesdays and Thursdays, give or take live. And you can always follow the channel at by Popped on X. And then if you want to follow me personally, I am at Joshua L. McDonald on X. Or if you want to see pictures of my dog, you can follow my Instagram at JoshWorks903. I'm always posting pictures of the pups, which River has been a really good boy. He's been at my feet all night tonight. So yay, better than how we started last week with them getting into a fight. Anyways, thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate it. It's always fun to be nerds and talk comics. And I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Thank y'all so much.